I never actually tried harm reduction. I never tried methadone, so I wouldn't
or
know.
Suboxone and all that.
Yeah, I think Suboxone just came out when I quit, but I remember like there was a guy I knew. He was a friend of mine. Like unfortunately, like he passed away, but I remember he told me when we were in high and he was on methadone and I was on heroin. He was like pointing fun at me. He's like, "Hey man, you're a drug addict still, and like you got to get off that stuff." And I would look at him and he'd be like all messed up too. I think he was on a high dose of methadone. I was like, "Man, you're just as bad as me. Like, well, I don't even know what's different." Again, I'm not knocking methadone because oddly enough, like I actually spoke to a friend recently a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And he actually did the methadone route, and he tapered off. It took him 2 years, but he tapered off eventually, completely got off. And he just drinks occasionally. He holds a job down. Like he might be an alcoholic. I don't know, but he's still like,
right.
He held it down. He quit. It worked for him. So I was like, wow, like, who am I to say that, for me personally, yeah, I don't think it would have worked, but like, yeah, for other people it could. Mm-hmm. And I think harm reduction does other things too. Is like, getting people off the streets. Maybe, you get them well.
Get them cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Yeah. I mean, I think initially it can really do what it's supposed to do and reduce harm and get the person into a better place. However, it can be abused just like anything else where they're just addicted to this new thing now.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where I've always teetered on like, what that being something to like the credibility of that. And I've had conversations with people and it's only because I kind of relate it to what works for me, but I realize everybody's not going to have the same one size fits all solution. Right.
I'm the complete abstinent kind of guy. That's what works for me. But like, still accepting the idea that, other people can do it other ways. I mean, that's still fine, but that doesn't like take away from that. I still believe abstinence is like the way to go. But yeah, I mean, like the therapist community, it's mostly nowadays just about, I think it's always been really about just meeting people where they're at, mm-hmm. Not really trying to push them into one way. And even like programs like alcohol programs out there, recovery programs, they're the same way too. It's just some people get kind of like militant about it. It's like you gotta do it. And I think sometimes being militant is a cop out. It's like they're just being lazy. It's like, why don't you sit down and listen to your person who's struggling instead of like, hey, it's either my way or the highway, Right. I think that's just a lazy way to go about it. But again, that's my opinion. I don't want to get.
I mean, things have evolved. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, that militant aspect may have worked many years ago.
Yeah.
When programs were first becoming a thing and alcoholism and addiction itself was being talked about like in a free forum.
Yeah.
And now, like, since we have so many influences on like our daily life with social media, the internet, everything, that like we have to become a little less militant, a little more like, there's not a one size fits all for everybody.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, I feel like there's different levels of addiction and alcoholism if you look at from the standpoint of like people that can, like, what is celebrities out there, I'm not going to obviously name names, but that have done the California sober route.
Yeah.
Where they're okay, at least for now. And then they fall off, maybe not as bad as before. And then they get back on this, I'll just smoke weed or drink from time to time. And I'm good with that. And they can live a pretty happy life. Good for them. I mean, we're at about 30 minutes here. 31 minutes in, and but I think that's a good stopping point. We'll continue this.
I think I have one last point.
Make that last point.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hurry up, man.
No, it was like because you brought up a lot of good things, but like I was thinking that what a lot of those like programs, like recovery programs, teach is like it gets the person to a position to have some sort of core principles, and those core principles are like how they're supposed to function. Like those recovery programs don't put the person like doesn't put me in a position to like have a bunch of ideas to go out there and promote like what I believe in and have all these opinions like about a bunch of stuff. It's like no, it's like have these core principles like being loving, being tolerant, and like I should be in that state of mind rather than like okay, I went through a program and now everybody has to follow like my program now. It's like that's not what this taught us,
The emphasis is core, right?
Yeah, like
so core is like this is like the very center.
Yeah.
And then there's everything else around it, right?
Yeah.
We stick with our core principles and we build a life upon those.
Yeah, exactly.
And I get what you're saying. It's a good point. And I mean, the programs out there, they teach you how to build a structure or a core or a foundation for your life. But we can branch out into so many different other avenues.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Whether it's therapy whether it's meditation, whether it's spiritual books and journeys and things like that, whatever.
Yeah.
You want to go have a spiritual experience, go walk along the Great Wall of China and just look at, this is built by man, like blow your, shit like that,
Yeah, I mean, well, I will add, I did go through rehab, so I did get, see therapists, and like I think again, like if I didn't see therapists initially, I don't think I would have been able to like be part of like recovery programs today, and so like that was a significant part on my recovery, and so I don't knock any sort of doctor or professional or any licensed professional in any way possible.
People
even
need it, man.
alcohol and drug counselors. I mean, like they've all been very instrumental in my life.
People in this day and age, we need as much help as we can get.